my name is Seunghan. I'm so honored to be here and play my cello for you all. I really hope you enjoyed my piece, I Got Rhythm. Playing the cello has always been my passion along with being a film director. Tonight, despite the circumstances our world has been in, we are not here today to talk about that. We are here to reminisce about the old and happy times, to cherish it and continue to fight against such hardships. I am grateful to be able to continue my career and portray my passion for everyone through the Sejong 2021 Gala show. I know that Sejong has been a huge asset to the Korean American community since 1992. And Sejong also brings the needs of both adoptees and children in Korean families with amazing programs such as Sejong Camp and Sejong Korea Trip. Thank you to everyone who is a part of this event and to everyone who is watching the Gala show live right now through their screens. I really hope to send this message that no matter what, we will get through this together. Thank you.
Welcome to our Sejong 2021 Virtual Gala. We all just watched the stunning opening performance video of Seunghan Song. He's a very talented cellist and a film director who had his cello solo twice at the Carnegie Hall in New York City. He has amazed us tonight with his performance and outstanding abilities. Thank you for participating, Mr. Sang. Good evening, my name is Joanne Kim, and I am the host for Sejong 2021 Virtual Gala. I am so honored to be able to host their 2021 Sejong Gala, as we were not able to have one since 2019. To be here with everyone is an amazing gift, and I thank each and every one of you for that. The Sejong Cultural Education, which is a non-profit organization, has always been devoted to the growth and happiness of our children, encouraging the understanding of both Korean and American culture. Now, the person who I will introduce is an integral part of Sejong. Let us welcome Antonio Aiello, Chairman of the Board. Please give a big hand to Antonio.
Hi, my name is Antonio Aiello, and I am Chairman of the Board of Sejong Cultural Education, and I'd like to welcome you to the 2021 Sejong Gala. I became involved in Sejong several years ago when my two children, who are both Korean and adopted, went to Sejong Camp. It was a really important part of our lives and an important part of their lives. They found great friends, mentors, a community that supported them and where they felt more a part of something than they had in their lives. And I wanted to be a part of that. And so I joined the board, and I've been involved ever since. Help support Sejong Cultural Education today by visiting our website, sejongusa.org. Click the donate button and make a donation. Know that your donations today will go to support two incredible programs, the Sejong Korea Trip and Sejong Camp. The Sejong Camp will help provide scholarships and funding for incredible mentors, counselors, and educators that will provide an experience for campers that will stay with them for a lifetime. It's one of those experiences that stay with campers where they will have meet friends and develop relationships and develop community that will be life-altering. And the Sejong Trip is one of those experiences that will allow educators and families and students to be immersed in Korean culture for 2 weeks in ways that are incredible. They'll experience the food, the landscape, the art, the culture, the people in ways that will transform their lives, and they will bring it back with them that they can share with their colleagues and their friends and families. Both are incredible programs that will help raise awareness and confidence in our students and in our educators about the true value of Korean culture and what it is like to be Korean and Korean American.
The Sejong Cultural Education is a non-profit organization that is devoted to the growth and happiness of our children, providing unique experiential opportunities spanning lives and cultures. We're committed to offering programs that encourages understanding of both Korean and American culture, fostering positive change in both our young people and the society of which they become an integral part. Established in 1992 with support of adoptive parents, the organization began with Camp Sejong. Camp Sejong addresses the needs of both adoptees and children and Korean families, building the bridge between the two. Building upon the foundation of Camp Sejong, the organization now offers a series of programs as varied as the concerns of the communities we serve. With tremendous support from the Korean American community, Sejong's offerings continue to grow and to reach out to wider, local, and second-generation Korean American families, families of mixed race, teacher, friends, and families from Korea, all with the goal of increased understanding of, for, and among one another. Expanding one's understanding of the history and culture of Korea and Korean Americans is Sejong's primary focus. Its programs facilitate educational opportunities to Korean American youth, their parents, and American educators. Sejong seeks continuously to provide opportunities for young Korean Americans to build confidence and esteem in mainstream society through participation in interactive programs across cultures and age groups. As you can see, Sejong Cultural Education has grown thanks to support of our community. Tonight, two very special guests sent us congratulatory remarks for a gala. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our special guest this evening, H.J. Lee, a co-founder and executive director of KoreanAmericanStory.org and a legendary folk rock singer-songwriter, Seunghan. Please welcome H.J. Lee and Seunghan.
Hi, my name is H.J. Lee. I'm the Executive Director of KoreanAmericanStory.org. We're a storytelling organization whose mission is to create, share, and preserve the stories of the Korean American experience. I want to congratulate Julia and Sejong Cultural Education on your annual gala. Also, I want to mention that the work that you do to promote human dignity through cultural education is more relevant and important than ever, especially during these tumultuous times. The work that you do for our Asian American community and the Korean American community is important, so keep up the great work and congratulations on your annual gala.
Congratulations, Sejong 2021. You are doing a remarkable job by connecting Korean foster children with beautiful, kind American parents. And what you're doing in Sejong Camp in America and bringing those children to Korean Sejong trip to relearn the history and the culture of Korea is remarkable. It is necessary for the betterment of our society and to bring peace and love to the world. Continue on.
My name is Joseph Lee. I'm a musical theater performer residing in New York, and I'm very, very honored to sing for the Sejong Gala of 2021. I'll be singing This Is the Moment from the musical The Jekyll and Hyde. This is the moment, this is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today. This is the moment, this is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming, and screaming become one. This is the day. See it sparkle and shine. not fall. This is the moment, the sweetest moment of them all. This is the moment, damn all the odds. This day or never, I sit forever with the gods. When I look back, I will always recall, moment for moment, this was the moment, the greatest moment of them all.
Performance. Thank you, Joseph Lee, for singing this wonderful song. Joseph Lee currently works as a musical actor on Broadway and has acted in Rent, All Shook Up, and Songs for a New World. And now, I would like to introduce the two most distinguished and special programs of Sejong Cultural Education.
My name is Joy Lieber-Thal-Rowe. I am the co-director of Sejong Camp, a program with Sejong Cultural Education. So I've been running this camp for 7 years, and it has been a true labor of love. I think the thing that makes this particular camp so special is we have culture camps in almost every state in the United States. But Sejong Camp is special because it isn't just about the adoptee experience. It's really about the experience of being Korean in America. And so we have adoptees, we have children of adoptees, we have mixed race children, we have American-born Korean children, second, third generation. Pretty much if you identify as a Korean American, we want you coming to camp. And it isn't just about understanding the traditions of Korean culture, but it is also the unique experience of being Korean here in America, which is a very different experience. Some of us know our language, some of us don't. Some of us are really keen on understanding the traditions of Korea, so we will be teaching taekwondo and arts and crafts and language. But then we also want the kids to be proud of their American identity. So we infuse K-pop, we infuse conversations, what we call esteem classes. We talk about what is happening in the world right now, and I think this year, 2021, is so important. Not only in the activism that we're seeing in the younger generation about what it means to be a person of color in America, but specifically for us as Korean Americans and the rise in violence against our bodies here in this country. I think it's really important that our kids grow up with a sense of where they belong and who they come from. All of the people that are there, everybody from the cooking instructor to their counselor to the director to the nurse, we're all Korean Americans. And so the kids get a fully immersed experience for an entire week where they don't have to explain who they are. They don't have to question who they are. And I know that that was the original intention of the camp, and I just really love the fact that we can still do that, and I hope that this camp will still exist for when my children become adults and become parents as well. So I hope you consider coming to camp and join us for Camp 2021 in August. I think your kids will have an amazing time and have a lot of fun and make new friends.
Hello, friends of Sejong Camp. I'm Emily Morgan.
And I'm John Morgan. And our two sons, now ages 18 and 16, have been campers for almost half their lives. This summer, our oldest son Gus will be a counselor, and our younger son Nick will be a PA.
And when we think of some of the words and camp traditions that come to mind about Sejong Camp, they would be friendship, community, the swim test on the first day,
cultural enrichment, building self-esteem,
flexing Korean pride, a nurturing and safe environment.
Let's not forget kimbap, bulgogi, pajun.
Agreed. Our kids particularly love those cooking classes.
And there's also the evening activities, the dunk tank.
And the Miss Sejong contest. Our older son Gus got very dolled up the year that he entered that contest. And this summer, well, we look forward to seeing what sort of costume Nick chooses to wear.
There's also the leadership and dedication of the staff, the camp directors, Ben Ozer and Joy Lieberthal Rowe, and the many wonderful counselors.
And last but not least, over the years there have been some terrific t-shirts. We've held on to all of them.
So we just want to thank you and really wish you a great happy congratulations on your 10th anniversary.
And have a wonderful gala, and we look forward to many more years of being involved with Sejong Camp. It has provided so much meaning to our family.
Thanks, Sejong.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Jamie, and I want to tell everyone how much I love Camp Sejong. And I'd say my fondest memory is dropping off my little kids when they were 7 or 8 years old and driving into the camp and having all the counselors and all the community members lined up just welcoming us and coming as we came in, and taking the kids' bags and getting them settled. And I just remember as a parent feeling like my kids were in such good hands. So that's it. I love Sejong.
Hi, I'm Alice. I've been going to Sejong for about 8 years collectively, and this should be my 9th. And I really love Sejong because the counselors have always been really kind and open, and I feel like I can really bond with a lot of them. I've made a lot of great connections with them. I also enjoy meeting all the kids. I've also made a lot of friends there, and everyone's just really has like a positive attitude towards each other. And the activities they plan are always really organized and fun. Like there's arts and crafts and cooking, and it kind of leaves you, it all leaves you with memories, like arts and crafts to bring home, or cooking for when your parents come. And just, it's kind of become like a tradition for me each year. I feel like I belong there, and it just feels like another home.
Hello.
We're the Lee family.
I'm Chris.
I'm Allie.
I'm Rocky.
And I'm Ray.
My favorite part of Sejong is the culinary program because I love Korean food. I made some really good bulgogi for my family last summer with the recipe that they gave us.
It was really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. And also I realized that I like Taekwondo, which I do now.
I like Sejong because all of the people there are really nice, the counselors, the other campers, my friends. One of my favorite parts of Sejong Camp is that when we finish all of our activities from the day and we come back to the cabin and we have ramen, we stay up really late, we talk, we play games, and it's super fun.
And that's one of the things I like about their camp, is that they formed a very strong bond with their friends, and they understand and appreciate the commonality that they experience.
And I really like the opportunity that Sejong provides for them to explore what it means to be Korean in an environment where they're surrounded by peers, counselors, other adults who have a diversity of experiences of being Korean and Korean American. And I think that's an important part of the trajectory as they discover who they are. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're the Cho family. I'm a second generation Korean American born and raised in America, and my children are third generation Korean Americans as well. We are here to tell you how fond and how much we love Sejong, their Korea trip, and their summer camps. Being born and raised in America, I have very little knowledge and understanding and education of Korea, the history and the culture, except for what my grandparents and my parents taught me. As my kids began to get older, I realized I was very limited in my knowledge of what I can share with them and what I could teach them, so I sought out other resources. And Sejong was great because they had this Korea trip that we could take our families on. And we went, and it was such a great experience to be a part of with other Americans, learning about Korea together, and learning all of the details and all the holes that were missing from the stories that my parents were telling me. And some of the stories that my parents were telling me were, a couple stories meshed together in one. And so it was interesting to see how my knowledge and my understanding and my appreciation for my heritage also deepened during this trip as well. The following year after we returned from the Korea trip, my boys decided to go to the Sejong camp, and they had a great time, and they cannot wait to go back this summer.
Yeah, at first I was a bit nervous of going. I had never been to a sleepaway camp, but all the counselors are very helpful, and all the people aren't very toxic or rude. And since we're all Asian American, I didn't know that going into the camp. I assumed it was just a melting pot of people, and I assumed there were going to be more racist kids or something like that. But I was very glad to see it was a safe environment where everyone was caring for each other, and I had a lot of fun while being safe. And the Korean enrichment program is also great because although I had gone on the Korea trip beforehand, I got to learn a lot of new things during the camp that I did not get to experience on the trip.
I felt comfortable at Sejong camp. It felt like the right place for me. There was a lot of people there that I didn't know, and I was scared for the first 3 days, and then I got to know them, and they became my friends at Camp Sejong.
And so this year we plan on sending all 4 of the kids to camp, and we hope to see many of your children there as well. And this is a great program and a great place to learn not only about our heritage, but just to getting to know other people with similar and different backgrounds. Thank you, Sejong, for always putting this together and for always rooting for the second, third, and Thank you, Sejong, so much for putting all of this together. We appreciate you and we're rooting for you.
My name is Casey Spellman. I'm a preschool teacher, and I was also an educator on the Sejong trip to Korea in 2019. Something that was really special and important on the trip was the connections that we made as a group. So I was there as an educator. There were also first, second generation Korean families who lived in America and wanted to bring their children and their spouses to see Korea, or Korean adoptees who this was their first time. There were incredible stories of people on the trip meeting their birth mothers or going back to the place where they first were born. The program was full of experiences every single day. We started in Seoul and traveled throughout the entire country. We took bullet trains, buses where we did karaoke on the bus. We had a homestay where we got to visit a school and then stay with some of the families that went to the school and learn what it's like to live daily life in Korea. We went to fish markets in the South. We went to the DMZ and learned about what that means for people in Korea. We took dancing classes and got to learn new moves with fans and other materials. We took a cooking course and learned how to make japchae, which was already my favorite dish. We did a temple stay. We did it all. Please come on this trip. It will change your life. You need to come. I wish I can go every year forever and ever for all of eternity until I speak Korean and just move to Seoul. But it is the most incredible experience of your life. You think that you're going for a fun trip, an educational trip. Whatever you think, it's better, it's more, and there's no reason not to go. Please add this experience to your life.
Hi, my name's Rachel Jackson. I am one of the 2019 participants in the Sejong tour with Julia Park. I'm actually an adoptee from South Korea, and I went on the tour stemming from an adoption search. So my oldest son, Andrew, also accompanied me over there, and we met Julia and the rest of the group in Seoul. We traveled all the way down through South Korea to Busan and then back up to Seoul. Some of the things that we saw were the National War Museum. We went to a green tea farm. We also got to visit a monastery along the way. And then when we went back from Busan to Seoul, we were on the KTX train, which was really neat. There were actually 2 other adoptees on adoption searches in addition to me on the tour. And Julia, the social worker Joe, and the transportation owner Jed all go above and beyond to make this a very personalized and intimate experience for the adoptees. We each got a wish list before we went on the tour. We also got to visit our adoption agency, and one of the items on my wish list was to get to see my discovery site where I was abandoned and later found. So those were my 2 favorite parts of the tour, to actually go and visit places that I have physically been prior in my life. That was really an amazing experience. Julia goes above and beyond to make sure that everyone has a wonderful time. We saw so many different sites and things, not enough to be able to discuss it all within 2 minutes, but it is an amazing tour and opportunity. So if you have the chance to go, I would highly, highly recommend it.
Hi, my name is Carrie Broderick, and I am a special education teacher with the Edgemont School District. 2 years ago, I was fortunate to be chosen to travel to Korea to meet fellow educators and families that have ties to Korea. It was the most wonderful experience. I spent 3 weeks traveling with my colleagues and learning about a culture that I was unfamiliar with. I am still in constant contact with my host family, and we speak quite often, and we're always talking about how the roles of education here in the United States is equivalent, or if not better, in Korea. I would highly recommend, if you have an opportunity to travel to Korea, that you take that advantage. Thank you so much for my experience, and I'm always grateful, and I will always keep Korea in my heart.
Next up is the last performance for tonight. Michael Park, a percussionist, will perform Arirang, a Korean traditional folk song with marimba and loop station. Please enjoy his performance. The following is about the future plan of Sejong cultural education. We're preparing and planning to go back to our normal lives that happened before COVID-19. Joy Lieberthal-Rowe, our camp director, will announce the upcoming events and provide details.
So 2021 is super exciting for us. We really hope you'll join us at our real in-person camp in August. Last year we did a virtual camp, but this year we really can't wait to see all of you in person. We have a really fun and exciting week planned for you, and we can't wait to see you.
Finally, we're coming to the end of our show. Julia Park, our executive director and trip director, will have the closing remarks for the gala, and I will let myself out. Thank you all so much for being part and watching our 2021 virtual gala. Please stay tuned for the further updates by email subscription and from our website, sejongusa.org. Thank you, everyone.
안녕하세요. Good evening. This is Julia Park. I'm an executive director at Sejong Cultural Education, Inc. I'd like to extend my thank you to all our staff, our supporters, and board members, especially our special guests, Glenn and Joy, to make this event possible. Thanks to this virtual event, we are able to join in nationally and globally to build our network stronger and bigger. I am proud to announce that it has been 27 years that Sejong has provided hands-on Korean cultural programs to our children and families to our community. Every year, we have 60 campers sign up for Sejong Camp and 20 to 30 participants attending our Korea trip. I don't know how many participants, children, and families and educators are affected by our unique and life-changing programs. We have 500 to 1,000 families connected through Sejong Cultural Education, Inc., and we are building up our community strong and bigger. With your support, we hope to continue our 27 years of dedication to providing these unique and life-changing experience to our children to empower them to become leaders of our community. Thank you and 감사합니다.